Well, here we are at the Oaks Plaza Pier Hotel in Glenelg, another hotel in the series of places that I'm staying in totally on my own budget, actually not for work purposes this time, purely for a family trip, and I've got to say, given my usual cheapskate constraints, this one's scrubbing up pretty well. We can immediately note that we have none of the problems I object to in terms of lighting. You come straight in and the power's working, and in fact, as you look along here, you'll see we actually have lights in the ceiling, something to be grateful for, and we have a corridor, always a sign that your room is not completely midget-shaped. Hitting the bathroom, we find a pretty standard affair. We have a good sink here with a functional plug. Hot water takes a little while to come on, nothing I complain about too much. Far too many mirrors, here's the compulsory scary shot of me, but it does make it easier to shave in the morning. And a good decent sized shower, perhaps a little bit inclined to leak as a lot of these glass doors are, but still very, very nice, proper shampoo, proper conditioner, much, much better than I normally get when it's my cash going down on the line. Now we step into the main room and we'll also see that this is reasonably presentable. One of the very nice details is we have, while not a full kitchen, that's slightly better than the norm. We have, as you'd expect, the kettle there. We have, if you look down here, the fridge in place, which has a handful of minibar items but mostly available for your own use. Behind that door there's a garbage bin. That's very nice. It's so rare to get enough bins, let alone one that's hidden. And up here in this cupboard we have something you hardly ever get in a hotel as opposed to an apartment. Actual cooking stuff, not everything, but we have a coffee plunger, we have a toaster, we have a few plates. If I was here for a bit longer and wasn't scrounging food off my grandmother, this would be really, really useful. Stepping over here, we have a decent sized wardrobe with the traditional thievable hangers, but let's face it, everybody does that. Now, something that's not perhaps immediately apparent from the bed is that this is in fact, yet again, two singles pushed together, albeit with a quilt over the top. So you can sleep on it like a double, a little bit conscious of the gap, but not too bad. And I'll forgive them because we have a real proper, you can see it in the dark, alarm clock here, and because that's my kind of decor on the headboard. Now, moving over to the desk, it's a decent sized desk, but they do lose points to the fact that there's actually no power point anywhere near this. When I need to plug in my computer, and let's face it, it's me, I always need to plug in my computer, the nearest point I can get is actually over here on the wall in the kitchen, and that involves draping a cord across the floor here, so creating a potential occupational health and safety risk, I might say. On the other hand, we do have the full-on entertainment system. We've got the PlayStation, we've got the CD player, we've got the fairly old-fashioned but functional television, but that's all nice to entertain you. And the final nice entertainment option is if we step out here towards the window, open the door, you can barely see it because it's dark, but we have a full-scale, I promise you, you really can't see it, veranda here, and then a view out onto the main Glenelg strip. Now, I'm cheap, of course. If I was on this other side of the hotel, I would have a view of the water, but that's not really going to happen. But still, nice to have, and if I wasn't... that will teach me to walk through the door without opening it. It's right there. Okay, after that slightly embarrassing moment, we'll say clearly I shouldn't be on the balcony when it's far too dark, but on the whole, we think this is a great room. I'm pretty happy with it, and certainly at the price, much, much cheaper than I've paid anywhere in Glenelg before, I've got no complaints.